I'm Krista-lee Malone, and this is the Technophiles Newscast. Are lasers becoming the new duct tape? Because it seems like they're starting to fix everything. Some new research has people thinking that lasers might actually be able to help us with global warming. This idea is coming from a group of German and Swiss scientists who created some cirrus clouds, or simulations of cirrus clouds, in a lab. Alright, so here's how it works. A cirrus cloud is basically a bunch of tiny ice particles in the atmosphere. By using a laser to blast these ice particles, they basically semi-melt them and break them up, creating smaller ice particles. What ice particles do in a cirrus cloud is reflect sunlight back into space. This keeps the Earth cooler than it would be otherwise. By breaking up the ice particles into smaller fragments, you now have more of them. Therefore, you have more surface area, and so more sunlight should get reflected back. So far, this has only been done in a lab, but the idea here is if we did it to an actual cirrus cloud, then we would reflect more sunlight back, effectively regulating the temperature of the Earth by changing the clouds. Before we get too excited though, there are a couple caveats. See, this is very theoretical, and we're not entirely sure that cooling would be the effect we would get. Here's the thing. Even as cirrus clouds reflect sunlight back, keeping the Earth cooler, they also trap heat in, kind of like a global warming greenhouse effect. So if we shot lasers and we were reflecting more sunlight back, it could also happen that we trap more heat in and heat up the planet. The other problem is the lasers itself, and that has two problems. One, we don't actually have laser technology that would be powerful enough right now in order to zap cirrus clouds. It's all great in a lab when you're talking about a short distance, but going from Earth to clouds, that's quite far. The other problem with the laser is, let's say hypothetically we did have this giant laser that was really cool and we were going to blast clouds. Where is that energy going to come from? So even though I just played devil's advocate a little bit, all in all, these scientists have a really sweet job. They're playing with lasers and blowing up clouds. I mean, seriously, who wouldn't want to do that? And lucky for them, they'll get to keep playing with lasers, because right now a lot more research is going to need to be done in order to know whether or not this is a viable option to combat global warming, or if it would just make it worse. Then again, they're playing with lasers, and lasers are the new duct tape, right? So we might just find other uses for this research, even if it doesn't work with the whole cloud global warming thing. But in all seriousness, we're in the middle of the hottest year on record, so this is actually very important research. Granted, I'm kind of liking the muggy Wisconsin weather right now since I love the tropics so much, but I also kind of like living in coastal cities, and you know, someday I might want to go see a glacier. So if you'd like to talk more about lasers, comment below. Or better yet, what's one thing that might disappear from global warming that you'd like to see before it's gone? Or you can tweet us at TechnopilesPod. You can find us on Facebook by searching Technophiles Podcast, or at our website, www.technophilespodcast.com. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to us. I think that button's going to be here. Here? My director says here. Please subscribe. We also do other shows here, and you can see them over here, right? Or is it over here? What would I do without my director? Yes, we have shows. We have Technophiles Podcast. We have other newscasts. We have some people talking about some things here, and here they talk about some other things, and here they talk about some science things. Science. Actually, they're probably all talking about science, technology, stuff. We like technology. And lasers. We like lasers.